Alright, still on the Cub Cadet. I got the motor all put back in. Got it put back on here. And while I was doing that, remember earlier I talked about a pulley that was bad. Well, I took it apart. This is the pulley. Now it had the two bearings in it and they were rough. This one here didn't even want to spin. Well, what I did is, to help you figure this out, I popped out the inside seal. I cleaned out the junk that was in here, put a little bit of oil in there just to free it up, then I greased it. Now what I'm going to do is pop that seal back on there. See that? Just pop it back in there. And there you go. Now it's all freed up, it's oiled up, it'll work great. Now all I got to do, put this over here, is this one here is a little worse shape. It's not as good a shape as the other one. See, it's a little loose. So I'm going to get the measurement off of this bearing, and I'm going to get another bearing, or get the numbers off. It's got numbers on it right here. You get these numbers off and you can order the right bearing. This one's a lot looser, as you can see there. See that? See how it moves? Now that's not good. That actually needs to be replaced because it's just too loose. This one was just dirty, it wasn't that loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this off, pop this off. I'll show you guys here. There you go. Whoop. See? I just stuck it in there, popped it out. Ooh. Yeah. See, that's bad. Bad shape, people. Bad shape, people. I don't know if I can put that back on there. Look at that. Wow, that's a bad shape. That's in bad shape. I don't even know if I can put that back in there and it's going to work even for a bit. I'm going to have to see. Maybe I'll have to see if I ain't got a bearing. That's a bummer. I'm seeing if there's any numbers on there, and I don't see none. I don't see any numbers on there, do you? Probably on the other side, maybe. No numbers on there whatsoever. Alright, so what you do is you look on here and you can find these numbers. Which, on this one, that got dirty. I got all dirty. There we go. See, there's 6203RS. I think that's what it is. But you look those numbers up, just look them up, Google them, and it'll bring up the bearing that you need. Now another way you can do is mic it, which sometimes you can't get it real close. But you can measure the inside and measure the outside. If you do that, it'll get you close. But by using that number there, that'll get you exactly the right one. That's probably a standard, I'm sure. But it's an idler pulley, and it costs a lot more to replace this idler pulley than to buy a couple of these bearings. And I'll probably check that up and see if there's what the big difference is in it, but there is a difference. Alright, now we're going to put this all back together. This one's in pretty bad shape, but I greased it up real good, and hopefully it'll last for just a bit until my new bearings get in there. But I'll put this all back together and show you how it works. Well, by no means is it perfect, but I tell you, it's tons better than it was. So, looks like to me, I think it'll last fine until I get the proper bearings for that. So now we're going to put that back up in there. So if you have one like this, a big idler pulley, some of these other idler pulleys like that one there, they're molded in. You ain't doing this to it. But these kind, if you have these kind, this will work. and it'll get you going again, you know. So hopefully that helps somebody to get those idler pulleys going again if you got one that's gone bad on you and you ain't got time to get a new one and you need it right now. All right, well, we're gonna get back into let me put it up here, putting this thing all back together. I left my bolts up there, so I'll be back. All right, I got that back up in there, and you can hear it makes a little noise, but boy, it spins. It wouldn't spin at all last time. So I got that all up in there. Now we're gonna put this the clutch on. Now what these I gotta do, these fit in here. I think I messed up. This has got to go in here. So I'm gonna have to turn things. Just turn the motor. Well, can't turn the motor. You got to have this. That key's got to go in here. But then one of these here got to go in here to hold that. I need to loosen these up because these are not to hold that, they're to hold this here. They go inside these holes here. So I got to turn this thing. Let's see, which way is it going to go? This needs to be that way. So it's about the right location. What's wrong here? I'm in the right location. It's hard to do this with one hand. There it is. There it is. Now I got to move. These got to move out to these holes. So before I do that, okay. Well, you see what I got going. I can't do it with one hand, but then you just put the bolt in there, and I got to move these. Move these to fit up in there, and I'll show you when I get it done there.